Good morning. I just had my exercise and it's getting warmer here. As you can see, I'm just wearing this thin shirt, and yesterday I saw Sasa on her Cugino's place. It is something like Lavender, something like a place in central Palermo, and yes, she was singing the duets, and I got to know how Italian people interact with each other, and it was like the one I read in various books. But from that, I booted up Windows 95 using a VDI VirtualBox image, and the internet was working in that build, and I went to some of the sites. Most of the sites were not working, but Google works. Google search works, and I was able to go to a site called light.cnn.com, where they give reduced only text, mostly text only news, and it was working. It is a very ancient browser, as you might have guessed, and there are no HTTPS support or other TLS or advanced encryption standards were not there, but still it was working. It was very nice. I got to play with the Microsoft Office that I grew up with, Microsoft Office 95, and it is a very stable operating system. Who knew? It was working flawlessly, even though the machine is not built for this. This machine is way ahead in terms of the system requirements. So that's all for the diary. Let's choose a topic. I will have the iPad here. Let's choose something. What is left? Okay, the lock systems. So these lock systems are padlocks and related locks. They work by using a lever, using a complicated construction, but they work with keys, and keys are used to unlock specific locks. However, this picking of locks is not as difficult as I have thought a few, say, months or years ago, and it is not as easy as it is shown in some movies, for example, where they put a wire in and they move it and the lock gets picked. But it actually requires two tools: one fine, needle-like thing, another with a small curvature at the end, and you have to use both of them in tandem. And one is used to rotate the base of the lock, and the other is used to put down all the pins inside. And in YouTube there is also there are also many lock picking tutorials, and it can be used by people in emergencies. For example, I had this lock in this house. Once I came without a key, and someone helped me by breaking the lock using a hammer, and I think it's called a chisel. And yeah, that's the hard way to do it, but there are also easy ways where the lock is preserved. And lock and key is one of the most safe ways to secure a place, I think, because many of these locks which are digital have certain drawbacks, and they can be broken open easily. Sometimes they can also be removed by prying open the back of the case, as it is the case of some of the digital locks I have seen. So the traditional padlock and these locks, I think they are a derivative of those. These are way safer, in my opinion, and yeah, that's about the padlock things. And they're also used while you travel to faraway places to lock up our luggage. That's all for padlocks, and thank you for listening, and bye-bye.